Greetings, everyone. Today we're going to delve into some more AI resources, especially two that have hit my radar over the last 6 months. I mean, a year ago, I don't think I'm not even sure they were available. We're going to be,
No, they weren't. Not a year ago, they were not.
no. And so we're going to be discussing Magic School and NWOET. Um, they're both driven by generative assistive technology. So
And I'm going to interrupt you, Judy. I mean, for a time, like about 2 months, these were absolutely the two most fantastic places for people new to AI to see a curated list, a list where everything that's presented, all the links, had been reviewed, and you knew you were getting things that were pretty good quality. And also, it was pretty good at letting you know which ones were free, which ones were free with the paid options, and which ones cost money. Now, one of the things that's changing so rapidly in AI, and especially AI resources for education, is what used to be free, you're now having to pay for. So with that as introduction to great tools, they're still great tools to help you see just what's out there in the AI world. Judy, back to you.
Yes, when I first started showing teacher AI tools, NWOET was really the only one that I was familiar with. And since then, I've been introduced, thanks to Tonya, to Magic School. And they're both, in my opinion, very similar in that they offer ways for educators to create lesson plans, teaching resources, assessments. They help with writing emails to parents or even students. They just keep coming up with more and more and more tools within their platform to offer teachers as ways to save time. In fact, one even says it will save you 10 hours a week. I think when you start, though, it's going to take you a while to get familiar with all that it can do. In fact, I've never in my life will plan to get through everything that they offer because there are just so many. It would take a lot of time to go through each one of the tools. In fact, NWOET has over 100 different tools within their platform. NWOET has over 60 now, and some of them are even combining tools into and reformatting the way it does it based on consumer feedback. Both of them have places to request different features or something's wrong with a feature or whatever, and it seems like they're very responsive to changing. So
yeah, and Judy, the one thing that I've noticed about Magic School, a lot of teachers will say when I start teaching the AI that they'll say, well, I just use ChatGPT, and they think that's all that's out there is ChatGPT. Well, if you look at Magic School here, they do have a lot of tools. And actually, I've kind of experienced probably only 50% of these, maybe a little bit more, because of how often I've taught this with teachers, and I let them explore whatever tool they want. But on the left-hand side, you have Raina, the chatbot. This is the thing that makes me never leave Magic School, because sometimes we'll teach, when you and I taught that district together, we'll teach, you might want to start in NWOET or Magic School and then copy that and then put it into ChatGPT to do this, or start in ChatGPT and have that AI generate something, copy that, and then move it into, this other AI tool, NWOET or whatnot. But in my opinion, Raina changes all of that. And actually, Raina does that prompting
like
thing,
Alexa.
I think, a little bit better.
Questions, right?
I'm sorry?
Raina is kind of like Alexa. You
Yes.
ask it a question.
Right. And it's just like ChatGPT. So
Or
if,
ChatGPT.
yeah, so if I you can even start here with the prompts, which I know those are on ChatGPT also. But even if, like I say, create a lesson about habitats. And then it'll do kind of the same thing. It gives a little bit more personable. Hello, my name is Raina. AI instruction. You can ask questions related to best practices in teaching. And she's still working on it, getting it going. But after she's done with the lesson about exploring habitats, it will have questions in between that allow me to generate more stuff. Like I can still treat it like ChatGPT, where I'll say, give me a little more, give me some details or some activities that would be more specific to take a tour or in virtual tour or in-person field trip. Tell me more about how I can organize that. But right here it says, what are some key concepts to include in a lesson about habitats? Do you have any suggestions, activities for teaching about habitats? So it gives you some suggestions of how to do it. Now, the thing about what I've done here is it's automatically saved it to my history, which is over here, the output history. You can see all the things that I've done in relation to the searches I've done with Raina. All of these are searches with Raina. That one, yes, that one is adjective topics. This one is a quiz, but if we go back to the magic tools, you can see that all of these are possibilities to have them generate it specifically to, depth of knowledge or SAT reading questions and so on.
Okay.
So you can either just look at the menu and see lots of different AI tools, or you can go straight to Raina and have her help you solve whatever problem it is that you're addressing right now. Quiz, lesson plan, whatever. Is that right?
Yes, but just a warning, Raina is not going to be in all your 60+ tools in Magic School if you don't sign up to pay for the Magic School Plus.
Aha.
Okay, it says that's available in Plus, and the pre version will not have Raina. You will have response, but it may not be instant. It says you will have Raina, but she won't be in each one of the tools to differentiate, modify, provide resources or custom prompts. So when all these great resources of AI came out, and we were starting, especially that one school when we team taught that, Tonya, I had written emails to the NWOET support and said, is this always going to be free? And right from the beginning, they said, no, we are down the road. We will have a model which will have increased resources, and the free will be limited. And I think I wrote at least 2 or 3 emails, always got a response back within 24 hours from NWOET's, actually one of their top administrators, I believe. And I knew it was coming. I mean, it's just too many features. They have to support themselves. And so that is, Raina is one of the things that right now you've got, like you said, Tonya, you've got the plus one until January 16th. And after that, I am sure they're going to bombard people with the free one with discounts and ways. But there's just so much that's still free in both NWOET and Magic School.
Now added on the free end, something else they've added to it recently is if you'd been to Magic School or NWOET, but Magic School in particular, into very recently, this is late 2023, you could immediately go to all the resources. There were some extended features available that, as you said, Judy, we knew we're going to go away or actually move to the paid version, but you could immediately get in. They have something new. So if you log in to Magic School and all you need is your regular Google account, that'll get you there. You can sign up separately, or you can just log in with your Google account. It takes like 1 minute or less to get in there. But what's new is if you're a new user to Magic School, it requires you to take a tour of their features. What they don't tell you on this tour, which takes, maybe 5 minutes, it's like 10 slides, and you have to do some activities to show you understood the concept, so you understood the feature. What they don't tell you right off is that almost everything in the tour is only available in the paid version. So if you're new to Magic School and you sign up and you take that tour and you say, oh, wow, this is incredible. It's amazing. Look at everything it can do, which is all true. Very, very impressive. Very, very powerful. But almost everything, actually, I think everything in that tour, you have to have the paid version for it to keep on working after your roughly 30-day trial. So buyer beware on some of these great extended features. The list of resources, that's there. That's completely free. But the way that you access it, like Tonya just showed, which is really incredible, and really far superior in my mind to the access tools that ChatGPT has, but it requires the paid version of Magic School.
Right. ChatGPT has a free version, and it's very extensive of what you can do for free for any of these things that are done, but it's the Magic School and EduAid that transform them into resources for teachers that are more specific. As Tonya said, you can get a rubric in all of these ChatGPT, Magic School, or EduAid.
Copilot, Microsoft Copilot.
But copying and pasting in is totally a different ball game from EduAid's way it pastes it in. It doesn't look like a table. It just looks like text. The formatting is gone. Whereas Magic School, when you copy the rubric and put it into say a Google Doc or a Word document, it's in the form of a table. And you could actually extend the columns and make a fourth column where the teacher puts their input on the rubric. So there's things like that that vary from one to the other. And in my estimation, I would advise teachers to try both of them.
Yeah.
And there's probably going to be other ones. I'm sure there are other ones I just haven't heard about yet that are equally as rich in the platform with the tools that will be coming down the line. And there'll probably be a few that try to cut the price lower than Magic School or EduAid, just to get your business. But I agree with that slideshow that you have to go through. I can remember the teachers getting stuck in it and go like, how can I get out of this? It won't let me get out of this. And a couple of them had ways around it, figured out a way or just went through it really quickly. But I think you're exactly right. They have to promote the paid version and the features. Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing all this just for free.
Tell us a little bit more about EduAid, Judy.
Okay. Well, let me share my screen. As you can see, it's not, to me, as graphically pleasing as it's got a workspace over on the right-hand side, which definitely makes the left-hand side a little bit. But one thing it has that I have not seen, now I could be missing it, but is the gamification tool, which it actually, let me click on that category, and you'll see that it's got bingo game that you can create for your lesson. It's got an escape room, which are really popular these days. It's got a Jeopardy style game that you can put in your information from your topic that you might be doing in a lesson, creating flashcards. So that's one thing I did not see in it, but you can see right away at the top, you can pick and originally they did not have preschool. And so somebody complained and I got a update saying they had added preschool because
this part's all free. Everything we're seeing right now does not require a subscription.
Exactly. And it will, but like I said, it's $5.99 a month for unlimited use. Now, what's unlimited use going to look like as opposed to limited use? And I think only time will really tell on that. I've also thought their list of subjects was not as large. Since I taught family and consumer science, we probably could use career and technical training as the topic or whatever. But they have the same kind of lesson planning that Magic School has. It's just not quite as colorful as you can go to the save content. Again, some of these these paid versions, you're not going to be able to save as many things. Maybe there'll be a weekly limit or a monthly limit. We're not sure. It just, what it's going to look like is up to the companies that are. And for the most part, what I've seen, these platforms have been created by educators. At least I know the Magic School one, the gentleman that comes on and has videos is a teacher. I don't know if he's currently teaching, but you can see the rubric that it created. And when I first saw this, it's got a black background. It did not go well when you tried to paste it into a document. So you can put it in the workspace and it's white and you can copy it. And so I copied this rubric and I put it into the Google Doc, and you can see that it is not exactly friendly as far as
nicely formatted. You might have to do a little, and all of them. I mean, every single guide to look at, you're going to have to tweak formatting a little bit.
I thought that maybe, and I haven't tried it yet, if I created a Google Doc and put a table in and tried to copy and paste it into that, but copy and pasting one for Magic School is perfect. I mean, you can't get any better than that. This was on students would create a diet plan, a diet, and then they would have it. But again, I could add another column to put what score I would give the students or whatever. So I haven't looked at what ChatGPT would do as far as the rubrics, as far as copying and pasting in.
Yeah, it's pretty clunky, but everything keeps changing. And so I think we're probably getting close to out of time here. So two great tools, Magic School and NWOET. If you're not sure what tool you want to use, go and take a look, at the lesson plans and rubric generators and different types of quizzes, and just play around with them a little bit. See which one works for you. I do think, everything keeps changing, but right now, Magic School seems to have the lead, but its best features require pay. Both of them are great places to explore some of the different tools that are out there. And again, I understand that the tools, some of them come directly from NWOET or Magic School, but it's also a curation of other websites and other developers, what they have available as well, which is something you don't get very easily from Bard or ChatGPT. It's difficult to get them to give you a list of other companies' resources. Magic School and NWOET do a really good job of providing those lists.
As always, if you want to see this episode, of course, you can go to the YouTube channel, KnowIT with NWOET, Tech Time with NWOET. And basically on this website, the link that you see on the page right now, you can find out some information in regards to the resources that we've used and where we've gotten some of our information. And all of our contact information is at the end of this video.